Hello, this is Team 1, Unit 1's online-based discussion, and we're talking about the Horizon Reports. So we're going to do a quick introduction on the Horizon Reports. This is a yearly report that's developed through collaboration between experts across the world that shows the different technology trends, advancements, and challenges that are seen in K through 12 education, higher education, in the museum, and in library sciences. Each report in the introduction actually starts with 10 themes that the report will address in each of the 18 topics. Talking about the structure of the Horizon reports and the introduction of each of them, which is in roughly the first 5 pages, it'll talk about the 18 topics that'll be discussed, which are like 18 different articles. The articles are broken down into different subsections, one of them being technology trends, and there's 6 of those. They talk about the short-term trends, which are about 1 to 2 years, the midterm trends, which is about 3 to 5 years, the long-term trends, which they see in 5 or plus years. And then the next section is always going to be the technological challenges. They separate these out into 3 different types. The solvable challenges are the problems that are easily defined that we know that there are solutions for them. Then we get to the difficult challenges. Those are understandable problems that have some difficult solutions, but they're still easier to find. And then they have the wicked challenges, where they're not even really sure how to define the problem or really how to solve it. And then the last section of the 3 parts are the technological developments, and they're separated into the time to adoption. So there's 1 year or less, 2 to 3 years, or 4 to 5 years. And in the Horizon reports that come out yearly, each report is going to have each of these 18 topics, and it's all broken down to be very even. So each of them is very predictable.
My name is Nicole Sauter, and I teach at A-Leaf Taylor High School, and I teach health and AVID. I have Standard 1, which is the INST standards for teachers. It facilitates it's to facilitate and inspire student learning and creativity. It's where basically the teacher is using technology to facilitate experiences that advance student learning, creativity in face-to-face and in virtual environments. So a way to facilitate that is to make sure that you're modeling creativity, making creative thinking, exploring real-world issues using digital learning environment, collaborate in expanding thinking, planning, and creativity, engaging using virtual environments to better the learning of students. An article that was found that is in comparison to this standard is Driving Ed Tech Adoption in Higher Education. And this is from 2017 Higher Education Edition. And basically it was, they used online education. They integrated it to foster collaborative efforts between students and leadership. And also in regards to me as a teacher and educating students, and at the school that I work at, we use Schoology. And that is how we encourage collaboration between students in my classroom.
Okay, so my name's Robin Delgado. I teach 5th grade math in KDISD, and I took the ISTE standard for students. This is like the 3rd standard about creativity and innovation. It was saying basically that students demonstrate creative thinking, knowledge, and develop innovative products using technology. So looking in the Horizon reports, the 2015 K through 12 edition, it talked a lot about how students were going from consumers, where maybe they were just worksheet, going to actually creating. So this, to me, my 5th grade math students, we do like a geometry scavenger hunt across the playground. And so they take pictures on the iPad, they come back, and then they actually use like the Shadow Puppet app or the 30 Hands app or an EduCreations app. EduCreations was actually in the Horizon report, but it's where they can upload their pictures. They can draw on them. They can tell like this is a right angle, this is a 45-degree angle, this is a polygon, the shapes. They can use a lot of their math vocabulary, and then they're able to write on the picture, draw on the picture, label the picture, go back, then they record their voice, and so then they're explaining it to you. So while they have the labels, so let's say we're talking about perimeter and area, they could go back, they could do the length, do the width, they could find the area for that, and then they put it into the video. Once the video is completed, they publish it. And what we had them do this year, KDISD has a Canvas program, kind of like Blackboard, where the students could go on and they could go to a discussion post that had been created by the teacher, And so they upload their video, and then their peers in their class could go on and they could respond to that video. They could give them feedback. They could talk about some of the different things that they found. So if somebody found, a cute angle somewhere, they could talk about it. They could go back and forth. They could talk about the measurement and everything else of it. One of the other articles from the Horizon report that we saw was shifting from deeper learning, or taking their learning approaches and going a little bit more. So there was something Quino that it was like an online portfolio. It kind of reminded me of what some of the teachers at my campus had done with the students, that they all have a Google account with their student ID. And so they were actually able to go on and using their account, their student ID number and everything, their Google account, they could make like an online portfolio. So they were able to upload files they had done. They could use Google Docs. They could use Google Slides. They could use all of that information, put it all on there. And then they had that for like their 4th grade year, their 5th grade year, and then they could take it on with them to the junior high. So this was just some different ways that they could be creative. They could start making their own thing and their own products without it having to be the old school worksheet, pencil, and all of that type stuff.
Hi, my name is Rachel Brady. I teach at Crosby Middle School out in Crosby, Texas. I'm an ELA interventionist, and I have the INST standards for students. Number 4, the critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. In the critical thinking, the students are expected to identify and define authentic problems and significant questions for investigation, plan and manage activities and develop solution or complete a project, collect and analyze data to identify solutions and or make informed decisions, use multiple processes and diverse perspectives to explore alternative solutions. While I was reading through the Horizon report in the 2016 K through 12 edition, the report Deeper Learning Approaches, it discussed how students through technology are able to grasp new ideas and real world skills, and how the technology engages the students in critical thinking and self-directed learning, which in then turn makes students motivated to want to learn. Also in the Students as Creators report, it discussed student-led lesson planning, which promotes creativity and engagement while strengthening their understanding of complex ideas. I know that in our school here at Crosby, every student has a Google account, like you were saying, and they are able to go in and create and be creative in their slides and things like that, so that they're able to create, and then they can turn in their projects through all the Google accounts, so that a lot of the paper and things like that are done. We don't use a lot of paper, pencil things. Everything is done online. All of our students have an iPad, so we're moving into that technology world for sure here at Crosby.